Hopefully it doesn't break. What's up everyone? If this is your first time on the channel, thanks for joining us. If you're already subscribed or you've seen videos before, welcome back. Today's video we're going to be talking about the Cyelee Optics Wolf EDG. Let's get into it. So it's slightly windier than I was expecting it to be because the wind actually died down before I thought. But if there's a little bit of wind noise, I'm sorry. Let's try to get through this together. Today's video, like we just spoke about in the thumbnail, in the title of the video, is talking about the new Cyelee Optics Wolf EDG. This is a fully enclosed emitter optic. And let's just discuss this really quick, and then we'll get into some shooting and some torture testing of it. But let me go get my phones to get the specs of it. All right, so first of all, I would like to thank Cyelee Optics. So they did send out this optic to me for testing and making video for you and some content. They did not pay me for this video, but they did send me the optic. So it's gonna be more of just like an overview of the optic and not really like a review, because trying to keep biases out of this. So I'm not gonna do the same torture test we did with the previous Cyelee that we had. I'll link it up in the top corner, you could go check it out. But we did wind up shooting that one with a shotgun and it still worked. So I'm assuming this one would still work, because shooting it with the shotgun is pretty unreasonable. You got a lot of bigger problems if you're getting shot with a shotgun. So we've got a couple other things we're gonna do with it. So like I said, it's fully enclosed, so you don't really have to worry about weather. I guess that would be the reason you would go fully enclosed as opposed to an open emitter. So this is Trijicon SRO-ish looking, but you do have the glass in the front and there is a glass on the back. I will get some better shots of that for you so you can see it a little better. So this optic is a 3 MOA red dot. It is the RMR footprint. So the EDG, enclosed duty grade, that is EDG in the Wolf optic. And this has shake awake technology, just like a hollow sun or any other modern optic these days. So the battery life on this optic is 50,000 hours, which is kind of standard for today's optics, unless you're someone like Leupold that makes the Delta Point Pro still, and their battery life's like 4,000 hours or something ridiculous. Pretty standard battery life. Yeah. Side mount CR1620 battery, drop proof, 6 feet, 45 ounce concrete. So I'm guessing that is the weight of your gun, up to 45 ounces at 6 feet. We're not going to test that because this is my new gun and I'm not trying to fuck up my gun. So we'll probably be unmounting this and throwing it or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. 8 daytime settings, 2 night vision settings. So kind of standard for your optics these days. Then last but not least, this optic is $279.99. So it is a pretty good deal. If it's anything like the Wolf X Pro that we tested in that other video, it should be a very good value. So let's get this thing zeroed and then start doing a little bit of like torture testing and just go over some thoughts. And I guess we'll just talk about experiences with this as we're going through it. So let's get this thing zeroed. So real quick, while we're in the middle of this video, before we get into the torture testing, if you see anything in this video you like, I might have a link down below for Amazon. So go check those out if you want to support the channel in any way, but because there's no sponsors other than just getting like a free optic. So awesome. Let's get back to the video. So we got a target at about 7 yards right now. We're just getting a very loose zero on it. I usually zero at about 15 yards. But we're going to be unmounting this optic and kind of throwing it around. So if it loses zero, it's no big deal at that point. So we're just going to get a zero at 7 yards. Your zero doesn't really matter. You just got to know your hold. So I will probably be making a video about zeroing your gun and stuff like that. But we got it mounted on our brand new, to me, it's a used one, Zev OZ9 with the TLR1 Streamlight on it. And we were running it out of a tier 1 MSP holster, which has retention on the light. So let's throw some rounds downrange and get this thing zeroed a little bit. Then we'll start with some testing. All right, we got to come up a little bit, up and to the right. Got this thing zeroed now. Let's just confirm on the steel back there. Yep. Okay, we're zeroed there. Let's start doing some sort of testing by smashing this thing and racking it off the optic and stuff and go from there. I don't have anything steel to rack it off of this time like I did last time, but yep, still holding zero. Let's see what else. Oh wait, I have a piece of wood with some nails in it like we did last time. Let's use it as a hammer. All right, we're clear. Let's all confirm clear that way and that way. I think I'll be able to do it this way. Down. Oh. All right, I did a horrible job nailing those in because they all folded over. But let's check it. Just aim you up a little bit here. So far, so good. So first of all, we'll look if we can see damage on the top of the optic. That's all we got done to it. Glass is good on both sides, and we're holding zero, so like I said, we are not dropping my gun, so. Doing this from, I would say, about 3 feet. Hopefully it doesn't break. Took a nice little gouge out of it right there, otherwise glass is still on. All right, I think that's enough for quote unquote torture test. Let's throw this back on the gun and shoot it. The optic is still on. Let's get it mounted up. The only thing to keep in mind about this is we did unmount it, so there is a chance we lost zero a little bit, but optic is still on, still seems to be working, so let's just see how it. Yeah, doesn't seem to have lost zero. So let's just take a look at this after using it as a hammer, throwing it a little bit, and then smashing it with a gigantic rock. So all we seem to really have is this little chunk missing out of here. Oh yeah, we also smashed it on our metal target. This was from the steel target, these corners here. This guy right here was from the big ass rock, but holding zero, gun's still working. Pretty cool. Well, gun should be working because we took it off the gun to do most of that, but optic's still working. Pretty damn cool. Let's just get a couple draws in. New gun, not carrying it just yet. This might turn into my carry gun over my M&P 2.0. Not sure just yet. Generally not a Glock fan, but this is a Glock clone. Seems to be suited a little bit better, but to get a couple draws with this optic, just for a reason of doing it. Let's go. All right, 126. $112. $111. 108. So that is the torture testing, or whatever testing you want to call it, of the Cyelee Wolf EDG optic, the fully enclosed one. As you see, we didn't have any issues with it. I'm not going to like dunk it in water and stuff like that. I'm just going to assume that works. Like I said, this isn't a review of this. This is kind of overview and just torture tests, so kind of do with that as you want. Like I was saying earlier, if you're interested in this optic, go follow the links down below. I know they were starting to do some sort of affiliate program, so there might be a link for that. If you buy from that one, I might get a little bit of kickback. Thank you if you do that. Value per dollar that you're getting with this optic, I think, is pretty damn far up there. Works as expected. It's a red dot. You put the dot on the target, you pull the trigger without disrupting the sights, and the bullet goes where you want it to go. That's what it should do, right? So this was a pretty fun video to make. I got to try to destroy this. It's always nice doing it when you don't spend your own money on stuff. So once again, thanks, Cyelee. Should you spend your own money on it? That's up to you. Will I spend my own money on one of these in the future? The answer from me is